toilets, hakuna maghetto youths. Takutanga kutotabura, vura, hakuna ma-public toilets, hakuna ma-storage, ongoramba attitude.
I think it is noteworthy that when the provisional voters roll was said to have come out, the MDC wrote to ZEC to be provided with the complete voters roll, an analyzable electronic version of the voters roll. The Zimbabwe Election Commission has refused to furnish us with a voters roll. They have insisted instead that there be individual verifications of the voters roll in the various centers. In terms of the Constitution of Zimbabwe, we are entitled to that information. We are entitled to all information that is necessary for the protection of our rights or defending of our interests. Therefore, if the ZEC persists in not giving us a copy of the voters roll, the provisional copy of the voters roll, we have a number of options available to us. One of them is obviously going to the courts. The other one is obviously taking extrajudicial remedies. We are hopeful that the Zimbabwe Election Commission will see sense in furnishing us as a key stakeholder with the voters roll regarding the diaspora vote. Now, Zimbabwe in fact has a diaspora vote. People can vote in ward elections, in parliamentary elections, and the presidential election while outside the country. For example, a person can vote for those three while they are in London, on condition that they work for government. So in other words, a Zimbabwean who is in London can vote from London as long as he works for government. The argument by the MDC is that that right must extend to the nurse next door, Zimbabwean nurse next door, who does not work for government. So the same facilities must be given. So it is possible to simply extend the coverage of those facilities to include other Zimbabweans who do not work for government. The fact that government workers can vote from the diaspora while other Zimbabweans can't means that there is inherent discrimination and disenfranchisement, and that is unacceptable. Secondly, we have said to ZEC that if their problem is logistical, in other words, if they think that it will be difficult to post all those votes to the various wards and so on, there is still another way. We can, if that is the problem, we can limit the diaspora vote to the presidential election. Because in the presidential election, then Zimbabwe is one constituency, and people can vote from the diaspora. We do have 4 million Zimbabweans outside this country who have a right. We have 4 million people who are being disenfranchised. We are not inventing the wheel when we call for diaspora vote. Mozambicans vote in Mozambican elections in this country. Malawians, the same. And just a few weeks ago, the Russian Federation people voted in the Russian election in this country. There were 2 polling stations, one in Harare and one in Bulawayo, for the Russians to vote in the Russian election. Now, Russia is a good friend of Zimbabwe, isn't it? And if they are friends, this is what we put to the government. If your friends, the Russians, have the diaspora vote, what moral right do you, as Zimbabweans, have in refusing the diaspora vote? I have heard a discussion, an argument coming from Honorable Mangwana regarding the justification of the diaspora vote, of denying the diaspora vote. And ZANU-PF says they do not accept the diaspora vote because they can't campaign in the diaspora. They are under sanctions in the diaspora.